Guys, it's your boy Phoenix here, back with a brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 informational video. And today we got some new information on why the third act felt so rushed. So without a doubt, if you guys haven't already, make sure you just go ahead and hit that like button down below, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Bryan Intilhar had an interview with the Insomniac CEO Ted Price, and in that interview they were talking about Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Bryan said this.
I remember when there was one part in the project where we realized that the back half of the game was we weren't going to make it. Like we weren't going to hit the quality bar, and we had a very I want it wasn't I'll say heated, but it wasn't heated like we were arguing. Like we were just I was like frustrated that we weren't gonna get everything done. And I remember it was our Sony producers.
Pretty much the main takeaway from that was Sony said they weren't going to make it to the release and that they pretty much had to cut some stuff out. And while he was on that call, Bryan was writing down how to make everything in the third act make sense. And now that I'm really thinking about it, it does show in the game because he had an emotional reaction when he had that talk with the Sony execs and said he knew that they weren't going to make it. How would that not sound worrying? That sounds really weird and odd because the game could have had some more time, which is pretty much what he's saying. If they had more time to cook it, it would have been perfect. The director himself is saying this, which tells us that Sony rushed them and they didn't have enough time to cook their ideas and work with it. After hearing Tony Todd say that Insomniac cut 90% of his dialogue, and saying that at some point in the game that Miles was supposed to get the symbiote, it makes sense now why the third act felt so rushed, because earlier and right after Venom kills Craven, it it just feels rushed at it just feels rushed to the point while I was playing it, I was thinking, how did we get here again and what's going on? So after hearing that, I really think that this explains why Insomniac had very little time to flesh out the story more and to finish it in a better way than it did, because everything after Craven is just confusing and I don't even know at that point. So you guys know how much I love Insomniac Spider-Man, but I really cannot defend this because Intilhar himself said that he had to rework things for the back half of the game in the third act. So if that's the case, then what did the original third act look like? Because now this piques my curiosity on what was actually originally planned for the third act. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later with another spectacular Spidey Webtastic banger.